So for those of you who don't already know me, my name is Lauren, and I want to thank you for being here to listen to my speech today. While watching the documentary Patriocracy, I started thinking about all the things that put a negative connotation behind the word politics and why it's almost become taboo to discuss amongst people. I then started to think about all the things I think about when I think politics, and the one that came to mind was media, and how all of the ideas I have regarding politics have either been influenced or directly derived from the media. And that's why today I want to talk to you about how the media's credibility has significantly decreased over time in terms of politics, and why media has become a matter of rapidity rather than accuracy, meaning who can get the story replayed the fastest rather than who can deliver the story with the most extensive fact check. So let's talk politics. When I say that, how does it make you feel? Does it offend you? Does it make you uncomfortable, scare you, or maybe just plain bore you? Political talk evokes many feelings, many emotions, and many controversies. Have you ever noticed over the years the profound outcomes of personal political views and stances? Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or personal blog sites, they are more profound than ever before. And I believe it's the media. To further drive home the point I am trying to make, I will be showcasing the evolution of media and mass communication in relation to politics and politicians through what John B. Thompson, author of Political Scandal, Power and Visibility in the Media, refers to as the growing prevalence of political scandal. In this model, Thompson outlines the evolution of the media's role in politics by starting with increased visibility. In the early 20s, media was solely print and radio, and it was these two outlets that people relied on to get information in what at the time they perceived as being the quickest way. Then, in the late 50s, came the innovation of television, which was a monumental game changer, if you will, in the culture of journalism. Because with this new technology, news became something that was instant. People could experience political debate firsthand and formulate opinions about a particular candidate by just watching them engage with another political leader. At any time, you could turn on your TV and feel like you were connected to politics and what was going on not only in the government, but in the personal lives of political leaders. The evolution of television and 24-hour news programs kind of took away the whole behind-the-scenes aspect of politics and became something where if it was happening, you were going to hear about it. Being a democratic society, America immediately engaged in the idea of being able to constantly be involved in what was happening in politics. This interest from viewers is what fueled the media's desire to deliver the news in the fastest way possible in order to drive their ratings. In the documentary, several politicians commented on the role that media plays in people's view of politics and former political leaders. Former Republican Representative Bob Inglis discussed the media's use of subjective commentary. He went on to elaborate on how it is used by news anchors in an attempt to inject emotion into a story. Subjective commentary, meaning reporting with a personal agenda. He went on to further talk about how with the evolution of media has come the blurred line between what is news versus what is thought. People play on other people's fears to drive their ratings, was his response when asked what his thoughts were regarding the accuracy of reporting and how much is relayed to the public due to its important subject matter versus what's going to get the people politically charged, or what's going to spur the most controversy or opposition. An example of this would be instilling the fear that the government was going to shut down, and when it did, the whole world was going to end. It seems like we flip on the TV or open a newspaper and we're immediately consumed by the idea of an absolute government shutdown. The Rutherford Institute, an online site dedicated to civil liberties and human rights, posted an article entitled Commentary, where author John Whitehead outlined a quote from John Adams, one of America's founding fathers, that said, "Fear is the foundation of most governments." Whitehead tied his own ideas regarding the media and the fear that it engraves in people's stating. This language of fear has given rise to a politics of fear whose only aim is to distract and divide us. In this way, we have been discouraged from thinking analytically and believing that we have any part to play in solving the problems standing before us. Long story short, politics has become an arena for mudslinging and finger-pointing, as opposed to striving to determine who's going to be the most effective candidate and who's going to be the strongest leader. Instead of focusing on personal attacks as to whether a politician was a good child, spouse, or father, instead of digging into past missteps, embarrassing scandals, or political awkward moments, why not focus on what can actually be more important when it comes, which is what is the credentials needed to fulfill the task at hand. So the next time someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, let's talk politics," you can respond with, "Want to talk gossip or want to talk facts?" Thank you.